All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk to you about RIOT Blockchain, stock ticker RIOT. RIOT is a Bitcoin mining company, and they put out their monthly operational report for the month of August yesterday. So I want to go through that report. There's an awful lot of information in there, so I want to break it down and see what it means and see what we think it means going forward. We go through Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners all the time on this channel, so if that's content that you're interested in, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if everybody could please smash the like button, that helps us out a lot too. Especially hit that notification bell because I have a lot more monthly updates to go through. A bunch of companies put out their monthly updates in the last 24 hours, so I'm going to try to get to all of them in the next maybe 1 or 2 days. So stay tuned for the rest of these, but I'm starting with RIOT. So let's just take a quick look at where RIOT is sitting right now, and then I want to go through their monthly update because there really is a lot in there and there's a lot to make sense out of. So I'm going to try to do my best to make sense out of the information that they're presenting. Okay, so right now RIOT's trading at $6.23. We're in the middle of the trading day, and they're down about 2.6%. That's about average for most of the Bitcoin miners at this point in the day. It's been a highly volatile day already, so who knows where they're going to end. But that puts them a little bit under $1 billion market cap at $963 million. So just quickly, as I always do, I like to put that in perspective versus where this company's been over the course of the last year or year and a half. So if I go all the way back to February of 2021, so that's a full year and a half ago. So this was a much smaller company. However, the small cap high growth stocks were in a frenzy at that time. So this ran up into probably what would be considered a bubble. And at that point, this was just under a $6 billion company. And again, right now, it's just under a $1 billion company. But more realistically, if we fast forward to November of 2021, when Bitcoin hit its all-time high, this was over a $4 billion company. So you can see the market cap is even down over 75% just from its November highs. And then fast forward again, if you want to go all the way to the end of March, this is almost the beginning of April 2022. This was a $2.7 billion company. So again, it's less than a $1 billion company right now. So you can see this company is way down. We will look at the chart more specifically, but I just wanted to show you a lot of times people, when they look at the chart, they think, well, maybe this was all due to dilution and really the market cap has stayed the same. No, this stock's market cap has been trashed. So again, we'll look at the charts before we're done. For right now, I want to go to the operational update and let's see what happened in August. Okay, RIOT announces August 2022 production and operations update. RIOT produced 374 Bitcoin in August 2022 while continuing to support the grid stability in Texas through successful utilization of proprietary power strategy. So they do get paid for this, and we're going to find out how much money they made in August. And then I want to take a close look at August versus July, because I'm going to tell you right now before I even dig in, I believe RIOT took a little bit of a step backwards in August in certain ways. However, in other ways, they took some big steps forward. So there is some good and some bad in here. So I want to look at both, just so that you guys know RIOT is a position that I hold. I just don't want to have blinders on and just look for the good and see everything as wonderful. So, you know, there is some great stuff in here, but there's some other stuff that I think they need to work on. So I'm going to go through all of that right now. Okay, Bitcoin production and operations update. In August 2022, RIOT produced 374 Bitcoin, a decrease of approximately 15% as compared to August of 2021, when they produced 441 Bitcoin. So a year-over-year decrease is definitely not a good sign. Now, there is a mitigating factor. You're going to see they got paid a bunch of money to kick power back to the grid. So when they're doing that, obviously they're not mining Bitcoin. So there is a conversion that they do for us to convert as to how many Bitcoin equivalent that would have been. That'll give us a little bit clearer picture. So year over year, that's going to look better, but month over month from July to August, that is going to look worse, and that's one of the things I want to talk about. Okay, so the very next bullet point, RIOT earned an estimated $3 million in power credits as a result of curtailment activity. To be credited against its power invoice, the $3 million in power credits equates to approximately 136 Bitcoin. Okay, so if we just do the math on that, the 374 Bitcoin they mined plus the 136 Bitcoin equivalent that they're getting paid in energy credits for not mining, that would put them at about 510 for the month. So you're going to see that's only okay, and it's much less than it was in July. Now, July was by far their best month. As far as overall revenue goes, their actual Bitcoin mining was way down in July, but this energy credit was much larger. So it equated to over 700 Bitcoin in July. So let's just take a quick look at that. In the month of August, those credits were $3 million. In the month of July, this number peaked at $9.5 million. That is a massive amount. You're going to see that is by far their record. Now, a little bit of this is fortunate for them because they have spent the last 3 or 4 months moving machines around. Their exahash has actually been moving in the wrong direction. So the fact that they had an opportunity to send that energy back to the grid and make $9.5 million in energy credits was very beneficial. So the same thing is true again in the month of August, but to a much lesser extent. Their efficiency is not very competitive with the rest of their peers. In September, I'm going to be looking for a big jump in their production. Okay, as of August 31st, Riot held approximately 6,720 Bitcoin, all produced by the company's self-mining operations. So they didn't buy any Bitcoin. This is all self-produced. However, they are spending Bitcoin each month. This is a policy they've had all year. So they started out by doing about 200 or 250. They're now up to, you'll see, in August 2022, Riot sold 350 Bitcoin, generating net proceeds of approximately $7.7 million. So I think essentially what they're trying to do is pay for their operations in the Bitcoin that they mine. Now, on a going forward basis, if they're doing what they're supposed to do, Riot is looking to get up to 12.5 exahash. They should be mining 6 or 7 or 800 Bitcoin over the next 2 or 3 months. If they're doing that, then that puts them in a position where if they sell 350, then, maybe they're selling half, keeping half. And I think that's more along the lines of what they want to do. Okay, the final bullet point says, Riot currently has a deployed fleet of 46,658 miners with a hash rate capacity of 4.8 exahash. Okay, so that is up. So they've installed some miners and we're going to go through that. They were at 4.6 several months ago. They went down to 4.4 and then they went down to 4.2. And this was as a function of them moving some machines around from places where they were co-hosted and they were paying hosting fees to bringing them all to Texas where they eliminate that extra fee. So in the end, this is going to be a better strategy for them, but in the middle, it did cause some disruption in the amount of Bitcoin that they were mining on a monthly basis. I think they picked an opportune moment to do it for 2 reasons. Number one, Bitcoin right now is at a 2-year low from a price standpoint, and number two, because the Texas grid needed the energy, they got paid substantial amounts of money to do what they were going to do anyway, which is reduce the amount of Bitcoin that they mine. So this really did work out from them, but it is now important that they shift gears and get back to producing Bitcoin. So I'm just going to say right now, in September, I'm looking for them to mine 600 Bitcoin. I do think the energy credits are going away. If they're not all the way gone in September, they should be dramatically reduced. And then by October, they should be gone altogether. So you'll see mining deployment and shipment update. So they're now finally back on track. Since its last monthly update, Riot received an additional 9,326 new S19J Pros, and they deployed 6,347 S19J Pros in its immersion cooling building. So that is what got them from the 4.2 exahash up to the 4.8 exahash that they're at right now. Additionally, shipments of 10,193 S19J Pros have been initiated out of Bitmain's Technology Limited and are expected to be received during the month of September. Okay, lastly, they say during September, upon deployment of the stage miners, the company expects to have a total of 52,994 miners deployed with a hash rate capacity of approximately 5.4 exahash. So again, a lot of steps forward this month, but my main issue is that basically their energy credit was just 1/3 of what it was in the previous month, and they really did not mine that much more Bitcoin. So to me, August was a so-so month for Riot. Okay, so this is the Riot chart on the 1-day time frame. So I just want to go through a few things. You'll see we had a very nice relief rally back at the end of March. The last 2 weeks of March, Bitcoin had a relief rally up to $48,000. All of the Bitcoin miners hit a local high at that time. Right at that time got as high as $23.66, so just under $24. So you can see they have pulled back massively since then. They did bottom out on July 1st. That's within a week of when all of the Bitcoin miners basically hit their local bottom. So just that run right there from their March high to their July low, that was an almost an 83% decrease in the price of their stock. So that does not count back to their November high where they were trading almost double where they were in March. This was close to a $46 stock back in November. So again, this stock has been beaten down massively. Now, in the meantime, we had a very nice relief rally in July and the first half of August. So you can see in that time, Riot was up 144%, which is a great rally. That was not uncommon for the Bitcoin miners. However, since then, from their high on August 11th until today, they're down about 40%. So they are pulling back. Now, several of the Bitcoin miners have pulled all the way back to retest those July lows. Bitcoin is getting fairly close to retesting its low. However, Riot still has a way to go. So although it's pulled back 40%, it would still have to pull back another somewhere in the neighborhood of 33 or 34% to retest its July low. So I am not sure that it's going to do that. Riot got to a very, very unreasonably low price. So I do expect potentially some more downward pressure if Bitcoin continues down, and we just had a very big down day in Bitcoin yesterday. So we're getting very close to retesting the June lows. Bitcoin's at about 18,800. It got down to about 17,500. So we're very, very close to testing the previous lows. So I don't know that Riot's going to get all the way back down to, I believe it got down to $4.04. But I do expect potentially a little bit of a pullback. So for me, there may be a little bit of a buying opportunity. I already basically have what I consider a full position in this. So again, this is not financial advice. I'm not recommending that you guys buy this or sell this. You guys need to do your own due diligence and understand your own, risk reward tolerance. So Riot is caught somewhere in the middle. There are several Bitcoin miners that have pulled all the way back to their lows. Riot has not done that yet. So it remains to be seen, are they going to go retest those lows? Or maybe they don't pull all the way that far back. Maybe they finish somewhere in the middle and we have a reversal at some point. So I am expecting at some point Bitcoin to hit a low. I've been saying for months we're in the bottoming process. So, revisiting the previous low, we're almost there. So from here, just to get back to where they were 1 month ago at the peak of this little relief rally, that would be about a 68% price increase. So I think there's a very good potential that that could happen in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days. However, in the middle, it could get worse before it gets better. So this is one of those where I'll do a dollar cost average type of thing, because if it does head in the wrong direction for a little while longer, it has not retested its lows. So that's what I got for you on Riot for the month of August. I've told you what I'm expecting for the month of September, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. I have a bunch more updates coming this week on the other Bitcoin miners. So thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, remember to subscribe and smash the like button, and I will see you in the next video.